We've been doing top 5 new games videos on this channel ever since 95% of you were subscribed. We like doing them, some of you like watching them. But we've been thinking about how to retool the format so it makes more sense with our pro-consumer, think before you spend message that we're trying to put out there. So here it is, our list of what to expect and what games and releases to keep an eye on, but definitely not pre-order in August 2017. We're still working on the title.
August 2017 is a very busy month for video game releases, starting off with the stylish survival title The Long Dark, which leaves early access and launches on PC, PS4 and Xbox One on August the 1st. It's a first-person survival adventure game that tries to set itself apart from the dense crowd through its atmosphere, art style and story premises. You play as a crash-landed pilot struggling to survive in the frozen Canadian wilds after a worldwide catastrophe. It's about scavenging what you can and doing whatever it takes to keep yourself alive in the harsh, highly atmospheric environment.
Also this month we've got the first episode of Life is Strange Before the Storm, which arrives on PC, PS4 and Xbox One on August the 31st. Before the Storm is a prequel to 2015's Life is Strange, so expect to see the same sort of third-person, story-driven, decision-based gameplay. As a prequel, events of course will take place before those of the original Life is Strange, and the focus will be on 16-year-old Chloe Price, who featured heavily in the original. However, unlike the original, there will be no time travel mechanics this time around.
We've also got the release of Shadow Tactics Blades of the Shogun on Xbox One and PS4 on August the 1st. Remember the old Commandos games? It's kinda like that, but new and good. It's a lovely little slice of top-down tactical stealth gaming, the kind you don't really get very often these days, and certainly not on console. We're big fans of the PC version in the office, which has been out since last year, and we'd say it's definitely worth a look for anyone wanting to add some tactics to their console gaming.
Another one to watch this month is Hellblade, or Horizon Zero Dawn, but sadder as I like to call it. Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice from Ninja Theory, arrives on PS4 and PC on August the 8th. It's an action hack and slash game described by Ninja Theory as independent AAA, and it has a price point to reflect that, just $29.99 in the US. The game is based heavily on Celtic and Norse mythology and looks properly dark and atmospheric, even exploring themes like mental illness.
But that's certainly not all we're getting in August. We're also getting the likes of Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle, which brings XCOM style tactical combat, seriously, to the Nintendo Switch on August the 29th. There's also Lawbreakers, the AA multiplayer FPS from Cliffy B's new studio, Boss Key Productions. It's on PS4 and PC on August the 8th, and, like Hellblade, will release at a cheaper than usual price point. August also sees the release of Ark Survival Evolved, which has now been pushed back to August the 29th, as well as Agents of Mayhem from the makers of the Saints Row series. That arrives on PC, PS4 and Xbox One on August the 15th in North America and August the 18th in the EU.
So August, it really is a busy month, especially for video game releases. That isn't everything. There's a huge list. We'll just read some of them out here for you. I mean, Matterfall, Absolver, Madden 18, who can forget Madden 18? Pillars of Eternity, which is coming to console. City Skylines is coming to PS4. Nidhogg 2, The Escapist 2. The list goes on. There's loads of games this month, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, we can't list them all. We normally don't.
We've tried.
Shout at that. We have tried. But even out of that list then, I mean, Escapist 2, we've already had hands on with it. It's pretty good. Pretty good.
Personal standouts for you?
Life is Strange, I think, will be a nice millennial romp with loads of weird words you don't normally hear in the real world, like rad and dank bud and shit. Pillars of Eternity is actually going to be getting a replay for me, definitely on the PS4.
Right.
I love the idea that I can sit down and play it.
Yeah.
Divinity Original Sin, one of my favourites ever of all time, was on console, and the port went really well, and I spent loads of time playing that through. So yeah, really looking forward to that.
Rabbids, Mario Rabbids thing looks crazy enough for me to be interested. I'm a huge fan of XCOM, so that looks, I mean, for a Nintendo Switch game, that's, yes, more of that sort of stuff. It looks really interesting. I want to see how Mario is going to die in this game. I want to see how, like, they're just going to take a time out and then it'll be a bit sad for a little while. They'll have a little rest. Yeah.
Mario needs a nap. The Rabbids.
He can't fight anymore. Luigi's mustache has been burnt off, so he's out of action for the next few weeks.
Didn't stop you, though, did it?
There for you. No! So we've seen the full games coming out in August. Well, what about the other releases? You know, DLC, expansions, updates, and all those kind of things. Well, it's 1 year since the release of No Man's Sky on August the 9th, and Hello Games have been teasing a huge new update to mark the anniversary. The British studio used an elaborate ARG experience which involved fans jumping through various hoops to try and figure out exactly what will be included in update 1.3 of the space exploration game. Details are therefore thin, but the words Waking Titan are pretty much all we've got to go on at the moment. Having said that, promising nothing at all is definitely the way to go with this one. You know, considering.
Another big bit of downloadable content is the standalone Uncharted 4 DLC, The Lost Legacy, which arrives on the PS4 on August 22nd in North America and August 23rd everywhere else. Rather than centre on the series protagonist Nathan Drake, The Lost Legacy follows Chloe Fraser, a character from the main series, and mercenary Nadine Ross. It's got all your favourite Uncharted stuff in it: running, jumping, shooting, climbing and that, and Naughty Dog said they're aiming to bring the slightly more fantastical feel of the first 3 Uncharted games.
This month also sees the release of War of the Chosen, an expansion to 2016's XCOM 2 that is so big it almost became its own game. XCOM 2 War of the Chosen arrives on August 29th on PC, PS4 and Xbox One, and it's basically a total conversion of Firaxis' tactical gaming masterclass. It adds 3 new factions, new human resistance fighters that you can recruit, a new class of enemy, new cinematics, story and mechanics. It's a hefty package and it's all aimed at making the game feel more alive. So there you go, those are other releases, DLC and other things that aren't quite full games. I mean, that XCOM one I'm very excited for. XCOM DLCs are always an exciting event for me because with the first game they did such a great job and they incorporated things from mods like the Long War mod and stuff, just because the fans had made it and they were like, yeah, that's a great idea, we'll check that in the DLC. They've been very creative and very receptive to fan feedback with their work in the past. This is shaping up to be on the same level, the same scale, so I'm very excited for it.
Nice to see a game that's big enough to be its own game just being DLC rather than the other way around, which is what a lot of people do.
It's priced accordingly as well, by the way.
Yeah.
It's like 35 quid, so that's a hefty price for a bit of DLC.
Exactly. Uncharted, of course, The Lost Legacy is going to be a big one for PlayStation fans. Uncharted's a beloved series. The Lost Legacy seems to be pretty big by itself as well. I think that's going to be something to look forward to, especially if you're missing out on a bit of Nathan Drake jump, gun, shoot action, because who isn't?
I'm also very curious to see what they do in No Man's Sky. I mean, they've been teasing this. This is the best way to do it. Make that information as hard to get to as possible, because you know what happened last time. And the way they've been hyping it up is great. Waking Titan sounds awesome. I mean, I want to know what that is. They're 2 cool words, if you ask me. So, yeah, let's see what it turns out to be. I'm genuinely interested, but not hyped, which is important.
So, what about gaming events in August 2017 then? Well, one of the biggest gaming events on the calendar, Gamescom, takes place in Cologne in Germany on August the 22nd until August the 26th. Expect lots of news, trailers and gameplay to emerge from the 5-day event, which is expected to attract 500,000 visitors. August will also see the highest paying esports tournament in history, the International 2017, at the Key Arena in Seattle in the US from the 7th to the 12th. Hosted by Valve, it's an annual Dota 2 championship that will offer $23 million in prizes. The winning team will take home $10 million of that money.
So all in all, it's an incredibly busy month. Gamescom is like the biggest gaming event of them all, other than one in Asia somewhere. I think, I can't remember what it was called. It won't be quite on the scale of E3 in terms of like conferences and stuff like that, and announcement after announcement after announcement, but there will be loads of stuff, gameplay. Yeah. It's the gaming showcase in a lot of ways, isn't it? Like, people might announce it in E3 and show it off big style in Gamescom.
Exactly, this is where all the things that you heard a little bit of in E3, you'll get to see it a lot more fleshed out.
In action.
And as we cover the news a lot, we're kind of seeing the fallout of that right now, because a lot of developers, a lot of publishers are saying, oh, we've got a little bit to show you at Gamescom. We're seeing Gamescom everywhere at the moment. Everybody is eagerly awaiting Gamescom. You'll see shitloads of new information, and hopefully a lot more stuff that we haven't heard of before.
Yeah.
Will we see Death Stranding? Probably not.
Okay, so that's your Gamer's Guide to August 2017. What do you think of the new format? Let us know down in the comments. Remember to like the video if you did enjoy it. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. There's another one right there which you can watch right now, and a link to Patreon if you want to support the channel. See you next time.